As you know, the stress of cooking gourmet meals can be really daunting.
But it doesn't have to be that way anymore.
Like many of you, we want to have the bulk of the meal prepared in advance so that we can spend the party at the party.
I'm Kathy.
And I'm Betsy.
Ginger cookie cup with lavender honey ice cream and homemade caramel sauce.
I have 1 cup of sugar, 1/4 of a cup of water, and 2 tablespoons of light corn syrup in this saucepan. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes, sometimes even 20 minutes, depending on the heat on your cooktop. You want to bring it to a boil and let it cook slowly. You never stir a caramel sauce, but you swirl it by picking it up like I am doing right now. You're going to see that there's quite a reaction of steam when I add the cream to this hot liquid in here, but it should be room temperature or you'd have an even greater explosion. You want it to get to this wonderful color, which is why it takes around 15 minutes. 3/4 of a cup of cream, which I'm whisking in. And then I am going to add 4 tablespoons of butter and 1/4 of a cup of bourbon and 1 teaspoon of salt.
So what you're going to start with is 3/4 of a cup of butter. That's 1.5 cubes. And you're going to cream that with 1 cup of sugar. This is creaming well, so I'm going to add 1 egg and 1/4 of a cup of molasses. In this bowl, I have 2 cups plus 2 tablespoons of flour, 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon, 1.5 teaspoons of ginger, and 1/4 teaspoon of cloves. And you're going to add 2 teaspoons of baking soda, a teaspoon of salt, and a pinch of black pepper. And then you add it all to your dough. What you want is a 1/4 inch scoop per cookie, and you just kind of make this dough into a ball and then put it into the sugar. The granulated sugar is key because that's what makes the cookies crackle on the top. Okay, so we're going to put these in a 350 oven and cook them from anywhere from about 10 to 14 minutes. You have to watch them carefully, and what will happen is the cookies will crackle on the top, but you still want them to remain soft and pliable so that we can then form them into a cookie cup. Okay, let's check the cookies and see how they're doing. Oh, they look just perfect. So you can see they're crinkly on the top, but still soft. That took about 11 minutes, so that's exactly what you want them to look like. And next we're going to wait about 2 minutes and then we're going to form them into the cookie cups. So what I've done is I've used a pestle from a mortar and pestle to actually form the cookie, and you just press the dough. It's very pliable. If you get a hole in it, just squish some pieces together and you end up with these wonderful cookie cups, which we're going to put the ice cream in and then put the caramel sauce on top of that. Kathy's going to put the ice cream in. This happens to be a lavender honey ice cream. But this, you could use vanilla, you could use cinnamon, try different things, but we love this combination. And then what we do on top of that is put some of this wonderful bourbon caramel sauce that Kathy made. This ice cream happens to be from a vendor at our local farmers market here in South Pasadena. We love going to farmers markets and supporting the local farmers. It's called Carmela Ice Cream, and it is founded by a man whose mother actually grows the fresh herbs for his ice creams. This happens to be a lavender honey ice cream. But this, you could use vanilla, you could use cinnamon, just try different things, but we love this combination.